I've had my top surgery. I had it on the 22nd of January 2020 on a Wednesday. And I had it at North Manchester General Hospital. Now, my experience was alright. The staff there were really nice. You know, the whole situation was good. But my outcome wasn't. Now, I had double incision with 3 nipple grafts, something like that. It's the one I opted for. It's the most popular one. But it wasn't that big in the first place. I think it was a B or something like that. Pretty small. I initially went with Miss Janet Wongs. Then they changed it to Mr. Brits, which I wasn't happy about. Then they changed it to I can't remember his name. It began with an N. Nonito, something like that. Lovely guy, lovely. You know, he understands people. You know, he understands what you need and what you want and that. But when I woke up from surgery, I knew that he didn't do it right. I knew straight away, because automatically you go like that. And I just, you know when you know. But obviously I was still coming around and all that. I was a bit groggy. I was in surgery for about 5.5 hours. Obviously I was asleep for it. I wasn't allowed to leave till the next day until everything was out of my system. I had the drains for 3 days. That was uncomfortable getting them took out. You have to go back, but because I'm from Birmingham and it was in Manchester, I stayed in Manchester. So when you leave, they give you some tablets, you know, a bag of tablets, you know, release forms and all that. And I had to go up onto the other block to get released, and then you have to wait, and then you get discharged. One thing I will say about them, they put you on the cancer unit, the cancer ward bit, which I didn't like at all. You know, it was a bit, and you have to walk yourself in to the theatre room, which I thought I was going to get my own room. Me and my mate got there, and they said to be there at 7 in the morning. So we got there at 7, and then we had to wait around, and I think I went in about 1:30 in the afternoon. And then I was sat in a waiting room with 3 people staring at a wall, and then you go into a cubicle, you get changed, put a gown on, and then you put your stuff in a bag. They give you 2 gowns actually, and I put them on the wrong way. And then you wait to be called, and then you walk down. I had a nurse go with me, you know, she walked with me. She's quite nice actually. She was there when I woke up as well. And then the bit that I don't like is that they sit you in a room with cancer patients, and obviously we're there because we're getting it taken off for a reason, but they're there because they've got cancer. So it's a bit like, oh, do you know what I mean? It's a bit of a touchy situation. But I was the first one in anyway. And when I got in there, it hit me. It didn't hit me at first. I was just like, you know, nothing. And then it did, and I was scared. I was panicking. And they get you ready, and they ask you, what hand do you write with? And obviously I write with my left. So they put it in my right, the stuff that makes you go to sleep. It's like white liquid. But he went to put it in my left arm, and obviously I was like, no, you can't put it in that arm. And he wasn't listening. And then the nurse said, no, you put it in the right. So obviously that scared me, and from then I was scared. And as I was drifting off, I was screaming, I was shouting, I was like, am I going to wake up? Am I going to wake up? But you do wake up, you're all right. It's just the jitters, isn't it? Because you have to walk in alone, and you have to wake up alone, so it's a bit like, But I was really shocked to find out that's how they did it, because I genuinely thought, you know, we got our own room. They wheel us down, they put us to sleep, we wake up and we're back in the room. It's not like that in Manchester. They don't do it like that. But the staff there are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Can't fault them. But obviously my main issue is what I was left with. Now, I'm not a big guy. You know, I'm not thin, but I'm not big. Do you know what I mean? And I was never big here either. So they didn't have much takeaway as it was. So I don't understand how they messed up. Now, on camera, it might not look that bad, but to me it is. And you can definitely see where they didn't take away. So this is what I was left with. Now, obviously, I do work out. I work out every day. But basically, it's supposed to go like that. But it doesn't. And I'm left with a hang. This shouldn't be there. I shouldn't be able to grab that at all. Now, my nipple placement is brilliant. My scars, they're fading. I'm well over a year. Because you're supposed to have a review after 6 months, but because of what's been going on, I wasn't able to. So it was a year later. And I said to him, you know, my concerns are that you haven't taken enough away. And this is why I don't recommend him. Because he said to me, oh, you haven't got a problem, it's just the way you're thinking. And then he went, oh, it's called a pocket. Most of us have a pocket under our armpit that we don't realise we've got. So when we have the surgery, you're left with tissue. And I'm thinking, I don't think so. You just told me I didn't have a problem, and now you're telling me I have. And he contradicted himself about 4 times. He went, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. And then he went, oh, it's called a pocket. And then we got on to doing something about it. And he went, I don't recommend it personally because being put to sleep isn't worth the risk. So I'm thinking, who's this person? Like, are you going to do something about it or not? But obviously I didn't say that because that's rude. So I'm sitting there thinking, you know, oh my God, I'm going to be left with this. Like, you probably can't even see it, but it's definitely there. And then he said to me, in my professional opinion, I wouldn't get anything done. So I was like, all right, then, you know, you are the professional. But at this point, I just wanted to get out of there because he was pretty much trying to persuade me not to get it done. And in the end, I said no, and I regretted it immediately. As soon as I got out there, I said to my mate, what have I done? I've just agreed to not have nothing done. But at the end of the meeting, he said, in 6 months' time, after you've worked out, you can email me, and if you're still not happy, we can do something about it. But in my opinion, he just said there's no need to have anything done. So this is where I don't think he's very professional. Because he was like, 1 minute he was like, there's nothing there to be done, and then he says, oh, if you need something done, we'll get it done. So I'm gonna go with a second opinion because I'm with Nottingham Gender Clinic. So I'm gonna ask him to, you know, refer me to someone else because I know for a fact that more tissue needs to be taken away. It's supposed to be like that, not like that. But I do work out, so it has helped a little bit. But obviously in person, it bulges. You don't go through all that pain to be left with that. Now, I look at some people's results and I do feel sorry for them because some of them are really bad. Really, really bad. But because they've changed my surgeon 3 times and, you know, he wasn't the original person that I wanted to go with. But by the time it was all said and done, I was too far in to go, well, no, I'm going to wait. Because at the end of the day, we all want it done as quick as we want, as quick as we can. But you have to think of the long run. Don't just go with them because they're the closest, like I did. Because I'm from Birmingham and that was the closest to me is Manchester. I went with them. But you need to go by results. Even though every result is different, I suggest you go by that because you don't want to be disappointed like me. Like, I'm not gonna bash him in a way, but I am, because he did a brilliant job. He really did. But he ruined it by not taking enough off the sides. And then contradicting himself in saying there's nothing wrong with it, and then saying, well, if you want me to operate, I will. And then saying to me, if you work out, it'll go away. Now, in my opinion, I shouldn't be told to work out for the rest of my life, so their problem doesn't become visible. So yeah, you know, I don't really recommend him. But if you're already with him, you're already with him. There's nothing you can do. But yeah, that was my little rant, and it is a rant because I did want to get it off my chest. You know, with people that are going through it, you know, I suggest you do your research. You know, I suggest you save some money as well for like B&Bs and food and taxis and that. Because it does add up. It does. But like I said, the staff there are amazing at North Manchester General Hospital. They really are. You know, outpatients F and that, they're brilliant, really good. But they changed my surgeon 3 times, and then I ended up with someone. I didn't see their results because nobody ever has him. I think I found one person, and he didn't really show that much detail, and he was a bigger guy as well, so I couldn't really go off that. So you know, and the surgeon kept telling me, you know, go and look at my results, and I'm thinking, what results? You ain't got any. I don't even know who you are. You're not even who I wanted in the first place. But yeah. So that's that. But obviously, I am grateful that it's done. But because of this stupid little mistake, it's ruined it for me. So I am gonna get a second opinion, and I will. It's like a bad case of dog ears in a way, but it's not at the same time. Do you know what I mean? Because it doesn't really. It's just there. So, but hopefully I will get it sorted because, you know, it's a minor mistake, but, you know, it's one that I don't want to be there. Yeah, and I've got my bottom surgery coming up. Well, I've got the signatures coming up on the 14th of April. I've got two appointments in the same day with, I think his name's Nick Austin, and then Sally from Nottingham Gender Clinic. They're alright. I've been with him since day one. Alright guy. Sally, I've only ever spoke to her about 3 times, if that. But she's a lovely lady. And you need two signatures to go on with bottom surgery. So yeah, 2, I think. And every hour, the meetings are an hour each, and they ask you what you want, why you want it. You know, what do you want? Because there's I think there's a few of them. I think there's like 2 or 3 different surgeries you can have to do with all that. And they ask you weird little questions and that, but just do your research, you'll be alright. You know, it's not any trick questions or anything. But yeah, I don't recommend the surgeon that I was with. I don't really remember his name because I don't really like him. I think his name was Nunito or something like that. I don't even think that Janet Walls even works there anymore. And I don't know about the Brits because I never met them. But yeah, totally recommend Manchester, but I don't recommend the surgeon. So yeah, for my bottom surgery, I don't think they do bottom surgery there, but if they do, I won't be going there. Not with him. I've got no chance. Can't imagine having a fucked up surgery down there. No chance. I definitely do my research next time, and even when I go for you know, for him to sort this, I'm gonna think carefully, because all it is just, you know, just slice it open a bit, take the rest of it out, and sew it up. That's it, and then it's sorted. But just because of the way he went on, you know, yes, no, I just thought, nah, not worth my time. But yeah, think who you're gonna go with, because you will regret it. But yeah, so I was with Manchester, you know. All right.